Hey guys, how's it going? This is Nicholas Atkin on South China Morning Post SCMP MMA in Hong Kong. I'm at home today because we've got a typhoon bearing down us in Hong Kong, so I'm not going to the office, but I am delighted to be joined by Stamp Fairtex. She is back on the show. First of all, Stamp, how are you doing? How is everything going?
สบายดีค่ะหนูว่าหนูต้องเอาหูฟังแล้วแหละหนูไม่ได้ยินเสียงอะไรเลย
Okay, so she says she's fine, but one moment she will find her headphone.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
No problem. So, Stamp Fairtex, how are you doing? How is everything going? Now you are out of quarantine and you're training again.
ก็ดีค่ะตอนนี้ก็ดีค่ะซ้อมเต็มที่ค่ะแต่ไม่ชอบตรงที่ว่ากักตัว14วันเรามีเวลาซ้อมน้อยกว่าคนอื่นเขาค่ะ
I'm pretty good at the moment. I just don't really like the quarantine because it would take a lot of time off my training.
Yeah, so it was 2 weeks quarantine after you beat Alyona Rasahina in the One Championship Atomweight Grand Prix quarterfinals. Yes, have you ever had to deal with something like that before where you had such a quick turnaround for your next fight?
ไม่มีค่ะครั้งนี้ครั้งแรกเลยค่ะที่ว่าออกมาปุ๊บซ้อมปั๊บเลย
This is like the first time ever that coming out of quarantine I just went back to camp again.
To make things even more confusing, you now have a new opponent. Your original opponent, Ham Seohee, she is injured. She is no longer in the Grand Prix. Now you're going to fight Julie Mezabarba. What is your reaction to this change of opponent?
ถ้าเปลี่ยนตัวก็โอเคค่ะก็คือเราจะต้องโฟกัสคนใหม่จะต้องดูว่าคนคู่ต่อสู้ใหม่เราเนี่ยเป็นมวยแบบไหนส่วนเรื่องการซ้อมก็คือโอเคเรามีเวลาซ้อมน้อยกว่าคนอื่นแต่เราก็เต็มที่ค่ะ
So for the changing of opponent, I'm okay. I still have to focus on my new opponent. But for the timing wise, we'll have to do my best to fit all my training in this time left.
And what did you make of Julie Mezabarba's victory over Mei Yamaguchi on the same card? It was the alternate bout for the Grand Prix. Were you impressed by her performance?
ได้ดูค่ะเป็นคู่แรกของแมตช์ก็คือเขาเป็นคนแข็งแรงค่ะเขาตัวใหญ่กว่าก็เลยชนะเมยากุชิไปง่ายได้ค่ะ
Yeah, she said I watched the fight and my opponent is pretty big and pretty big and strong, and so it was a pretty easy win for her.
Is it possible for Stamp to just to look into the camera when we could only see like her? Yeah, there you go.
ช่วยมองกล้องหน่อย
But I'm not here.
Oh no, it's
Sorry.
fine. No, it's great. So are you feeling more confident now that you're facing Julie than when you were going to face Ham, or is there any difference? Because Ham has more experience. Do you feel any different about the opponent? Do you have a preference if you were going to pick one or the other one?
คนละแบบค่ะเพราะว่าจูลี่นี่เป็นมวยตัวใหญ่กว่าส่วนแฮมนี่คือเป็นมวยซ้ายเป็นมวยคนละอย่างค่ะแต่เป็นมวยยืนเหมือนกันก็คือความมั่นใจแต่ละคนไม่เท่ากันค่ะถ้าสมมติหนูต่อยกับแฮมหนูอาจจะมั่นใจน้อยกว่านี้หน่อยเพราะเขาเป็นมวยซ้ายเราก็ไม่ค่อยถนัดกับซ้ายอยู่แล้วส่วนต่อยกับจูลี่เราอาจจะมั่นใจมากกว่าหน่อยเพราะว่าเขาพูดว่าเขาจะมาในรูปแบบการต่อสู้ในการยืนก็คงจะเข้าทางเราประมาณนี้ค่ะ
So it would be pretty different for these two fighters because one is that Julie is pretty big and Ham is southpaw, so it's different. But for my confidence, if I were to face Ham, I would be less confident than fighting Julie because Julie she's also the same, like same guard, like orthodox, and it would be kind of an easier fight than fighting a southpaw fighter.
And Julie is also a striker, and striking is your strength as well. Are you expecting this fight to play out on the feet, or do you think she might try and take it to the ground? What do you think?
ก็ต้องดูตัวเขาว่าเขาจะมาเทคดาวน์เราหรือเปล่าแต่ถ้าเป็นเราไม่ไปเทคดาวน์เขาอยู่แล้วค่ะก็อาจจะมีโอกาสถ้าสมมติเกมยืนเขาสู้เราไม่ได้ประมาณเนี้ย
So we have to see if she would try to take me down, but for Stamp, for me, I wouldn't be taking her down. So there is a chance if her Julie striking plan doesn't work out, she might try to take down.
And she had an interview with my colleague. She said she thinks that her kickboxing experience will be more effective in this fight than Stamp's own Muay Thai and kickboxing experience when it comes to staying composed on the feet.
คิดยังไงถ้าเขาเร็วกว่าก็อาจจะเร็วกว่าก็ได้เพราะว่าเขาเป็นสไตล์คิกบ็อกซิ่งแต่หนูเป็นสไตล์มวยไทยยืนแลกหมัดแลกศอกประมาณเนี้ยค่ะอาวุธหนูน่าจะอันตรายกว่าเขาค่ะ
So she thinks that she's faster, maybe she's faster, but for me, my style is Muay Thai. I'm gonna exchange the punch and elbows. I think I have the edge of the dangerous weapons. And
Julie also told us that she's not very impressed by the other three semi-finalists in the Grand Prix. I just wanted your reaction to that. Do you think she's trying to play mind games, or is she being arrogant? What do you think?
คิดยังไงบ้างคิดว่าเขาอวดเก่งไปหน่อยค่ะเพราะว่าสี่เท้ายังรู้พลาดนักปัดยังรู้พังประมาณเนี้ยค่ะถ้าประมาทก็อาจจะแพ้ก็ได้
So yeah, she thinks that Julie is a bit, arrogant coming into a statement like this, because there is a saying in Thai where people can kind of there's like a saying in Thai, people who thinks they know too much, but sometimes they can make mistakes.
All right, well, it should be a good fight. Can you give us a prediction? How do you think you're going to win this fight, Stamp?
คงจะเป็นท่ายืนค่ะคงจะเป็นท่ายืนเพราะว่าเขาก็คงจะมาสู้ยืนก็ถ้าน็อกได้ก็จะรีบน็อกค่ะแต่ว่าถ้าไม่ได้ก็คงจะเป็นคะแนนค่ะก็จะชนะแน่นอนค่ะ
Probably my fight I would win by stand up striking, because she would probably come up and strike with me as well. So I would try to knock her out as fast as possible, but if not, I would win by decision.
And who do you think you would face in the final? Do you think it would be Itsuki Hirata or Ritu Fogat who is going to win the other semi-final?
มองไม่ออกค่ะก็ใครโดนก่อนก็แพ้ค่ะก็คือถ้าฮิราตะหลวมในท่านอนก็จะเสร็จริตูแต่ถ้าริตูหลวมในท่ายืนเกินไปก็เสร็จฮิราตะค่ะก็แล้วแต่ใครจะposition ที่ดีกว่าค่ะ
So it's very hard to predict this fight. So it depends if Hirata makes mistakes in the grappling, or if Ritu makes some mistakes during the striking exchanges. So yeah, it's up to the position where they put themselves in.
And it looks like Denise Zamboanga and Ham Seohee are maybe going to have a rematch in December. I just wanted to get your prediction on that fight as well. How do you think the rematch will go?
หนูว่าไฟนี้เดนิสคงสู้ตายค่ะคงจะมีเลือดออกอีกแน่ๆก็คงจะหนูทายผลเป็นเดนิสค่ะเป็นเดนิสที่จะชนะในครั้งต่อไป
Yes. So I think in this fight, Dennis would give an all in, like all out. There would be blood in this fight again, and I predict that Dennis would win.
Can we expect another fun entrance? Can you give us any clues about any crazy costumes you might wear? Because everyone enjoyed your walkout for the quarterfinals. So can we expect another fun entrance, another fun walkout for your semi-final?
ไอชุดเปิดตัวยังไม่รู้ค่ะส่วนเรื่องเพลงมันก็แน่นอนแล้วมันต้องเก็บไว้ก่อนเพราะว่าจะไปเซอร์ไพรส์ในวันต่อยค่ะ
For the costume, I'm not sure yet at the moment, still in the process. But for the music, that would be a surprise. It would be on the fight day that we all will see.
Okay, I look forward to seeing it, and I look forward to seeing the fight One Championship NextGen October 29th in Singapore. Thank you so much, Stamp, for talking to me, and good luck for the fight. Thank you to Boz, who is translated as well from Bangkok in Thailand.
Thank you, Nick. ขอบคุณครับ